Now this video is actually I'm really excited to watch this video because I have not seen a SagaTheYoungin video in so long, and I do know that you guys love these videos that I watch, or I do know that you guys also love SagaTheYoungin. So I thought it was water. That's the title of this video. Yeah. I see him drinking something already in like the thumbnail here. I don't know what he's drinking. It looks like water, but I guess we'll find out. I thought it was water after all, it's the title, so let's go.
Have you guys ever had that friend that does something so stupid that it just makes you question, like, how is such bad decision making even possible? I mean, we've definitely all been that person at one point or another, but take it back to the last year of middle school. And to give you some background on what type of day this was, it was towards the end of the school year, which means it was summertime, which means it was ridiculously hot out. And if there's one thing about the summer weather in Arizona, is that it doesn't matter how much water you've drank that day, the heat will suck all remnants of hydration right from your body. You won't even be able to remember what water tastes like. I don't think I can really emphasize how bad it would get sometimes. Like, this is something that I don't know if those of you from places with actual reasonable levels of heat ever experienced, but in the hot months, so all of them but like 3, it wasn't super common or anything, but occasionally kids would just be randomly passing out in class. Or what was a lot more common is it'd be like a school gathering and people would just start dropping, passing out from heat exhaustion. Teachers are standing around making bets like, nah, see, I told you. I knew Jose wasn't going to make it. He never does. Like, man, I was going for the upset, but you were right. And then they would all get taken to the school nurse, who of course thinks every medical issue ever can be solved with an ice pack. You could pass out, break your arm, throw up. The solution will always be an ice pack. So anyways, this day started out as a regular day, and there was this one kid in my class, we'll call him Diego, who would bring this giant jug of water to school every day, right? Like this huge gallon bottle. This man played no games when it came to his hydration. And Diego and I were going back to our other friend's house, we'll call him Sebastian, and we were planning on going back to his house after school just to chill and hang out. You know, it was about to be the weekend, but we got to finish school first. So we're going through the day, sweating it out, and on this day, it was particularly brutal with the heat, into the triple digits easily. And to make it even worse, the school was an outdoors school. So every time you switched classes throughout the day, you were getting scorched. If you wanted to get up to go to the bathroom, you're getting scorched. Even at lunch, you couldn't escape it, because believe it or not, there was no indoor cafeteria. Our cafeteria was straight up a chain link fence, metal pillars with a roof on the top. It's possible they hired a prison designer to also design our cafeteria. I don't know. And then there'd be like a 20-year-old fan in the corner that would only go half the speed it was supposed to, rattling away, barely hanging on to life. We're all looking like it's 115 degrees outside. What is that supposed to do? It's like the meme of the Cheeto door lock against a battering ram, except it's a fan in an outdoor cafeteria against 110-degree weather. There was just no way. We actually didn't even call it a cafeteria. It was just called a ramada. So you get the idea of how exhausted you could get as you were going through the day.
That's like impossible. Is that even legal?
Everybody's faces are all
like I was dying of heat.
Sweat.
Like, bye mom, I don't know if I'll survive today.
After you finished drinking whatever water you bought from home, you were basically screwed, because after that, you had to resort to the school water fountain, which I don't even know if I could consider that stuff real water, it was so nasty. But even so, the water fountain lines would still be wrapped around the building, which is saying something, because I'm telling you, you've never tasted nastier water in your life. It didn't even look like water. It was just this cloudy, gray, metallic tasting liquid. Every day, it was a game of like, okay, I'm going to try and make my water last till 11 today, so I only had to deal with the school water for 3 hours. But the day finally ends, we're just ready to get out of school and go chill at Sebastian's house so we can finally relax. Now, in the middle of the trip over to his house, Diego ran out of water from his giant bottle. He had even refilled it with the nasty school water and everything, but he was just that thirsty. I told you, this man played no games when it came to his hydration. So he runs out of water, and this is where it all started going downhill. The entire rest of the way over there, I thought he was going to pass out before we even made it home, to be honest. He starts like stressing out, and just starts constantly asking us if we had any extra water for him, which nobody did. We were all in the same boat. He's like, guys, I'm for real about to pass out. let me just have some of your water, just a little bit. Come on, man, just a couple sips. I'm like, bro, I wish I had some left to give, but mine's already gone too. He's like, nah, bro, let me just see if there's a couple drops left in there. He's like unscrewing the lid, trying to see if anything would trickle out. I'm like, dog, you good? My guy looked like he was hanging on to the last strands of life. I didn't know if he was going to start having hallucinations or pass out or what. But he just continued making the biggest deal about it. And to be fair, when you're in that state, when your mouth is dry, your throat hurts, the sun's been beating on you all day long, I could understand why he was in this like drug addict-y state for water. It was probably all he could think about. But we finally made it to Sebastian's house. Diego busts through the door. He's like, bro, I gotta get to some water ASAP. I'm about 30 seconds away from joining the rest of them in the nurse's office with the ice packs. And Sebastian had told him he would get him some water from the fridge or whatever, but before he could get him some, Diego busts through the door, hobbles into the kitchen, and just flings open the first door he could find, like this pantry door, and starts going through it, literally ransacking the pantry, desperately trying to find some water, searching for something, anything that would help his situation. And he's kind of having a hard time finding anything, but he eventually finds this bottle. And he's kind of looking at it for a second because it looked like a little bit of the liquid was already gone from it. And then he turns to Sebastian and he's like, why does it look like somebody already drank out of this? But before anyone could say anything, he's like, whatever, I'm just gonna drink it anyways. And before doing any further investigating onto what this bottle actually was, he unscrews the lid and just downs the most massive swig. And as this is happening, I'm thinking, that does not look like a bottle of water. I guess it looked close enough, but I knew something was wrong. And sure enough, right away, it was instant regret on his end, because my guy did not grab a bottle of water. It was in fact a bottle of straight vinegar. He had just started chugging a bottle of vinegar. And as quick as it went down, it came right back up. And when I tell you, he sprayed it everywhere. I mean, the trajectory and the power, it encompassed the whole area. It was all over his mom's kitchen floors, the table, the chairs, the door, the doorknob. Like, there was vinegar everywhere, bro. I'm glad I was kind of standing to the side of him, so I missed most of the splash zone. But this man was probably in so much pain and discomfort. His eyes are red, they're watering like crazy. His throat already hurt beforehand. I can't even imagine how much it was burning now. Basically, right when he thought he was going to fix his dehydration problem, he just made it 10 times worse. He's like, oh, I think that was a bottle of vinegar. And at this point, Sebastian and I just kind of looked at each other. And I'm not gonna lie, bro, we just started dying. He's got vinegar all dripping down his face and on his shirt. I'm not gonna lie, it was kind of funny. Sebastian is like, why would you take a swig of a bottle of vinegar? He's like, bro, I thought it was water, which sounded so stupid. I'm like, did you not notice the discolored liquid, or the fact that part of the liquid was already gone, or that the lid was already unscrewed? Like, all the warning signs were there for you to
and
not
the label on it.
But he was just too tunnel vision on getting some water to even notice. And to be fair, the labeling was kind of a generic label. It could have been a regular bottle that his mom just filled up with vinegar, who knows? So I could at least give him a little bit of a pass on that. But then he realizes how much vinegar is everywhere. And forget about his thirst, his burning throat, his watering eyes, because he's got a new problem now. He's like, oh shoot, I gotta clean all this up before your mom sees this entire mess. You know, he doesn't want her to see it, think he was being disrespectful, and possibly kick him out or something.
Yeah, exactly.
He's just standing there surrounded by his mess. And not even 30 seconds later, before he got the chance to even start cleaning up anything, his mom walks around the corner, and then she just kind of pauses for a second, probably trying to take in everything, because from her perspective, she just walks into her kitchen and all of a sudden sees a large portion of her floors, the pantry door, the table, everything drenched in vinegar. And not to mention the smell that had just filled up the room by now. She sees him holding the bottle, sees it all over his shirt, and starts putting two and two together. She's like, there is no way that what I think happened actually happened. Diego's like, look, I'm very sorry, but what had happened was I thought it was a bottle of water, which sounded so stupid when he said it out loud, especially with bottle of vinegar still in hand. But luckily, she was pretty chill about it. I think she was more just confused about how something like this could even happen. But luckily, she was understanding, especially after everything got cleaned up. Moral of the story is you gotta stay hydrated out here, but make sure it's actually water. And don't go chugging random bottles of liquid that you don't know what it is.
Alright, so I can't even fathom how... Okay, so my main question here is if this is true, if this is real at all, by any means. How is it so hot that there's no AC in the school? How is it so hot that you're dying in the classroom? How is it that you have an outdoor school when you kind of need, like, how is it like a building can't be outdoors? Like, how the fuck are you gonna have electricity? It's a building. You have to cover everything. You can't. Water and electricity don't go together. Like, it's not outdoor if there's if it's enclosed. Like, if it's kind of like a roof and stuff, but if it's kind of like leads to if it's like an open thing, that's stupid. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Like, you might as well close it and seal it. Especially in hottest temperatures like that. That makes no sense to me at all. Like, at all. And the fact that I need that much water, like, I'm in Canada and it gets pretty hot too. Like, I'm not gonna lie, it gets pretty hot here too. I know that you guys are, I know that a lot of my viewers are American viewers, but for my Canadian ones, 40 degrees Celsius is how much it can reach here, so 35 to 40 degrees Celsius. 40 degrees Celsius to Fahrenheit is, I'll tell you in a second. Wait, oh, whoops, I put it to the wrong conversion. That's 104 degrees Fahrenheit. So I don't know how hot it gets. It's at 115, so that's like what, 45? If that's the case, that's insanely hot. That's ridiculous. Yep, 45 is 113, so about 46, 47 degrees, that's insane. But in Canada, it gets about humid 35, 40, depending on where you are. In my province, that's where it gets hot. So, and of course in the winter it gets really cold too, right? But I don't know how that even happens, like how that's even possible. Like, you cannot be that hot where you need to be drinking water every second, that you're sweating in the classroom. Like, come on, your school has to have AC unless it's just broken or something. Like, you know what I mean? Come on now. And as for him thinking it's water, I mean, come on. Like, this is flavored water. It's an empty bottle, but you know, this is clearly, like, you know, just read it. Like, it says strawberry mist or something. If you read it, it says naturally flavored sweetened beverage, whatever you want to call it. Like, this is like a water bottle, you know what I mean? Of course, it doesn't have the red stuff. It's just a normal water bottle. Do I have a normal water bottle up here? No, I don't. It's all flavored water. I did have a normal water bottle here somewhere, but you guys obviously know what a water bottle looks like. I don't need to freaking lecture about that. So, oh wait, I have one over here. This was just on the floor, so don't mind this. But yeah, you know, just this is like a bottle of water. Come on. This is clearly water. Seeing something in a container with like something that's not this. Like, I'm pretty sure you can tell that it's not a bottle of water. Like, you know what I mean? Come on now. Unless you're that thirsty where you just want any liquid inside of you. That sounds so bad, but you know what I mean? If you're that thirsty, I guess I'll chug in anything and whatever it is. But at the same time, it's kind of like, really? Like, come on now. You know, I don't know. That might be just me, but to me, it's just kind of like, come on, man. Come on. But that's gonna be it for this video. I do hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, please be sure to subscribe. Be sure to comment down below what you guys thought of this video. And if you have any suggestions, let me know on Instagram. Message me. It's just my name, Damian Krissa, just no spaces, just Damian Krissa, lowercase, and then you should find me. I should be the first one that comes up on Instagram. I am private, so don't request to follow me. Just message me and I'll respond to you. And I don't go on Instagram that much, so when I do, I'll see. And then yeah. And if you guys want to talk on Instagram, like, I'll gladly talk with you guys on Instagram. Like, even as friends, like, I've had people like message me on Instagram and then I talk to them sometimes. So, you know, it's pretty cool if you want to talk to me as if we're friends or something, you know, as if you're my best friend or something, you know. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Be sure to subscribe and I'll see you guys in this video. Peace out.